Hello everyone, happy Saturday. Today is the first day of our 6-week coronavirus school shutdown. And yesterday on the last day, one of my students came up to me and we were talking about how crazy it is that one day this is going to be condensed into some kid's history textbook in the future. And she said, you should start a vlog so that you can track your progress through this whole period of time, because it's not anything we've experienced before. And so I decided to accept her challenge. So I'm gonna try and do something new that I haven't done before, try something creative and make use of this time that I didn't expect to have, and continue to learn, as I hope that my students at home are trying to continue to learn during this period of time. So today I decided what better place to start than with all of the craziness that's happening in the grocery stores, and everyone's making a run for their click list, and toilet paper is gone, water bottles are gone. So I decided to look through my pantry and see what I have that I can maybe get creative with. And I remembered that there's a recipe I know for a dough that's really versatile and you can use it for a lot of things. So all it takes is 1 cup of Greek yogurt and 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I looked in my pantry and the only thing I have is vanilla bean yogurt, Greek yogurt. So I decided, let's try and make some cinnamon bagels. So we're along for the journey, see how it turns out and decide whether this is something I can continue to make over the course of this break or if it's a no-go. We'll go ahead and measure out the flour, just 1.5 cups. There's 1 cup and 1/2 cup. Put off to the side. And the only other thing I need is my Greek yogurt. And just mix that together as best as you can. Now I decided to add a little bit of extra sweetness by adding some honey to my mix. And then I just added cinnamon to what I thought should be in the mixture. Okay, maybe a little heavy-handed on the cinnamon, but we'll see. And I'll mix that all in. It's a very crumbly dough, I don't know. Don't know how this is gonna turn out. Maybe we'll knead it with some gloves. I usually only use gloves for meat, but can't be too careful these days. I'm going to start by setting down a parchment sheet and putting some ham on it so that the bagels don't stick. Now I kneaded the dough for about 5 minutes outside of the bowl, and I came with this nice big ball of dough. So now we're going to split this out into pieces. Here are my 4 highly misshapen bagel shapes. These are really crumbly dough, so they didn't come together quite like I thought, but we're gonna bake them and see what happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the temperature to 375, and then we'll get these in the oven. All right, so we're gonna pop them into the oven for about 20 minutes and see how they do. Okay, so now that those are in to bake, I thought I'd talk a little bit about how incredibly productive my day was. I woke up really early. I think it's because I've been so stressed about this whole situation and not really sure what was gonna happen. We had concerts scheduled and a musical, and I wasn't sure what was gonna get canceled or moved. And so my mind was going a million miles a minute trying to think of all the different solutions I could have to any possible situation until we finally came to one. So I think today my mind was just like ready to get started on some stuff. So I woke up really early this morning, and I, as many of you I'm sure also got your census sheet from the government. And so I decided first thing I was going to do was fill out my census, make sure I was counted. So I did that today. My bank went to a new mobile kind of banking, so I got that all set up today. I paid all my bills, washed my clothes, my dishes. So I felt like today was a very productive day. And then I even got an opportunity. I watch a YouTube channel called Rhett and Link every day. When I come home from work, that's like how I distress from work, is to watch Good Mythical Morning, and they have a Saturday show, so I got to watch that too. So I did a little bit of vegging as well. And then I went through my pantry and tried to figure out what I could do today, and I ordered my click list just like everybody else did. So waiting for my time slot to come up so I can go pick up my things. But I felt like today was a really productive day. So here's a good start. So I came over to take a look and see how they were doing, but I don't know, guys. They pretty much look exactly the same as they went when they went in. So we'll see what happens. Here's a few facts that I think everyone should know as we move forward into this really strange time that we happen to be living in. Firstly, in my school district, I know that lunch are still going to be available for pickup at local elementary schools and one middle school in your neighborhood. They're also continuing their Friday backpack program, which the Thurston County Food Bank is going to help provide, as well as some other local foundations. If you have the means to do so, please help out your local food bank. They are going to be really hurting for monetary and food donations in the future, because there are a lot of people who can't get out there and take care of themselves. So if you can, try and make a difference in that way. I also read a really cool article about a school district in Clark County that is taking their regular morning bus routes and delivering breakfast and lunch to all of the students on the elementary bus stops. So all they have to do is show up to the bus stop to pick up their meals, which I thought was a really great idea, especially for those families who can't be home with their kids, and their kids can't get themselves to their elementary on their own. So I think there are a lot of really cool things that are happening right now as we continue to support and love each other in this very stressful period of time. Okay, so the good news is that they smell like churros, which is amazing. But they definitely look lacking. And also in comparison to my finger, I don't know that I'm going to be able to spread cream cheese on that. Maybe I could dip it in cream cheese. So I'm going to let them cool and then we'll taste test them. But at this point, I am not feeling very optimistic. They're also quite weighty. It's pretty dense. So have my cream cheese here. I'm going to give it a taste and see what we think. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Oh. I have a really crunchy bagel. Well, I can't chew through it. It tastes really good, but it is definitely quite crunchy. So if you like a really toasty bagel, then I'm sure that you'll love this, but it does taste really good. It almost is like a crunchy slash chewy cookie maybe. But maybe I'll try it again, maybe add less flour and cook it a little less long. Now I know there is an option to do an egg wash for a bagel on the top and make it a little shinier. I did not do that. I don't know if that would have made it less crunchy. Maybe it would. I'll have to do some research for next time. But overall, I'd say I'd rate it about a 5 out of 10. I don't hate it. It tastes really good. It's just the texture. My teeth kind of hurt a little bit. So that's day one. Here's to the next several days of learning and trying new things. I'll see you later.